In
Got
progress.
it.
Not what happened to the 3-2-1? Isn't that
I
weird?
don't know. I don't know.
Well, welcome to, yeah, it says it's got the little recording thing going. Okay, hopefully we're recording. Welcome to week 9 in review, BONESTORM fans. We are inching closer to the playoffs as things heat up in
Yeah, we're
so
over
many
halfway
rivalries.
through. Over halfway through.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah. So another wacky weekend of football, because I'm sure everybody had the Broncos over the Cowboys, right? Not me. I didn't see that one coming. So there were lots of surprises here
There
and
were.
there and everywhere. Let's see what happens next week. But this week
Why are we
certainly
looking at your
provided.
stupid Steelers?
Well, there's more than my stupid. There's Cordero Patterson. There's James Conner. There's lots of, there's the Titans, right? The Titans had a big win. So it's not just my stupid Steelers, but I know you like to think it is. Let's get to the matchup of the week, at least for you and me, because it was you versus me. And you can gush over how great you did and my team on a bye. So go ahead.
As much as I'd like to gloat, I did know that without Brady, you didn't stand a chance, which is why I didn't even sweat Noah Fant not playing. I don't need them all. To beat you, I don't need them all.
That's right. Don't even need a full squad.
If I could break 110, I figured that was enough. And it was more than enough. As a matter of fact, if I could have broke 85, it would have been enough to beat you. I get the big W, 110.78 to your paltry 83.97. I bet you're happy to have Satan back in place this week.
Back in sweet Satan's arm, yes. It'll be warm, but I'll take that heat over the nonsense that I had for this stupid game. Let's get on to the next one with,
this is a... You just danced right over that.
Well, okay, we can go back to it. Well, no, I mean, how many mistakes did I make? First of all, I whiffed on the, Tyrod Taylor going up against Miami. Hey, he's great. He's a veteran. He's a veteran who first throws an interception, then a fumble. I'm like, sweet Jesus. I looked at one point in time, I'm like, minus 3.42. I'm like, this was a horrible mistake. There were so many others I could have picked from. I chose him. Because why? I spent all my stupid money on Mr. Taysom Hill, who they decided, we're going to start Simeon instead. How'd that work out for you, New Orleans? Not so well. Exactly. Start my man. I paid enough for him. So anyway, that didn't work out so well. Then we got Khalil Herbert, who I knew going up against the Steelers. First of all, I didn't know Montgomery was. I knew Montgomery was coming back. I didn't think they'd give him the majority of the carries. Not that he got a ton either, but I thought Khalil Herbert might get some points. He did nothing. CeeDee Lamb, again, he is feast or famine so far, and I did not expect Dallas to get blown out like they did. Tyler Boyd, it's taken me this long to realize that, with Jamar Chase there and number 2, T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd is the odd man out in that scenario. All those projections that they could feed 3 receivers has been bull crap, because I can vouch for that.
Chase is on the case.
Chase is the man. So anyway, there were a lot of holes in my lineup, not to mention all the ones who were out on buys. But, it was just, hey, I played a better team this week. That is for sure. Congrats on the win. Michael Pittman had a great one. And you didn't even have your guys go off. Look at Eckler and Adams. They normally can get you 20, 30 points. You only got 11 from them, and you still did it.
I told them.
You told them to hold off. You said, hey,
relax. I said, you're not going to
Don't hurt yourself this week, because I need you in another week.
That's correct. That's correct.
That's like
we're pacing ourselves.
This is much like a softball game where you just told everybody, hey, come on in. Dickie's up. Come on in. You don't even he's not going to hit over us. Trust me. He's infield over.
I called the entire outfield in. This is like the bike race. The point of the bike race where they stop to grab water. This was this game for my season. This is where I stopped, stood up a little bit, had some water and a sandwich, pulled my bike shorts to the side to take a leak, and continue with my race to the playoffs.
I like it. I thought you were moving on to the van like Lance to get that next illegal injection. I think that's how you beat me.
That was in the hotel room. What is it, Motorcycle Man or whatever?
Exactly. Let's move on to a more exciting game.
Okay, we have Karen from Roseville getting it done yet again against the Wild Poopers. Oh my gosh, this was a close one. We had 163.97 for Jay. This game. Cat, what do we got? 152. This is a game that went down to it. Most of the games were decided by the time Sunday was over, but there was a couple of hangers on. This was one of them. Very close game.
Yeah, absolutely. Jason still comes with a strong 163, but nowhere near his big averages. But that's enough to beat Cat, unfortunately. And we were all hoping for another upset because I'm just glad he's lost once, but I'd like at least another couple of losses because that's my mama's division. And I don't think she's ever going to eclipse him, but she needs to somehow claw her way back over your sister's
Well,
carcass.
clawing she is. We'll get to that.
Exactly. Let's move on to your sister, speaking of which, and your brother.
Okay.
There's a lot of red on his screen.
Which I can't believe would have beat you. But we'll get to that in a second. Terry Kellerman for Quarterlies manages to score 111. Not great, but considering she went up against Johnny, look at her projections. They really underperformed, with the exception of your favorite player this year, Cordarrelle Patterson.
Yes.
Not too much else. Marquise Brown did okay, but that's about it. Going over to Johnny's side. Johnny, you had a lot of underperformers.
Yes.
Not great. Too bad you didn't play Maddie. Would have been enough. You didn't play Maddie. You lost.
Yeah, and going back over to Terry's side, again, another upset here. Who had Jacksonville beating the Buffalo Bills, who was supposedly one of the biggest, strongest teams in the AFC? They got beat by Jacksonville. That was insane. So yeah, she certainly had some folks who underperformed, but enough to beat Johnny, and that's all that counts because it's who you play each week. Let's get to the happier story where the thumping.
Oh, here's another tough one. I felt bad for Dawn on this one because she did put up points.
Yeah.
Would have beat quite a few teams, but
Me
just
for
not
sure.
the one she came up against. Mama managed to put 221 on the board against poor Dawn. Looking at, she had a lot of production from her top guys. Look at Kirk Cousins, 27.5. Nick Chubb, 34. Joe Mixon, 28. Joe Mixon has been having a pretty decent year so far.
Yeah, he's been one of her only solid performers. Kirk Cousins finally comes to play.
Good grief.
Well, then there's a story behind that. So Kirk Cousins finally puts up what he's supposed to, which is in the 20s until Russell comes back, which should be this week. Fingers crossed, literally his broken finger crossed. Nick Chubb has a great day against Cincinnati. Then that interstate rivalry, Joe Mixon, like you said, has won. Connor benefited hugely from, unfortunately, Don's guy, Chase Edmonds, going down early. That's why he only has 0.03. When he went down with the injury, it all went to Connor, and they fed him like a beast. That's why she picked up that other guy today, but that's a story later. So she suffered from one of her normal scores being out, and it just helped my mom because she happened to have the guy that was the recipient of all those extra touches. But she finally puts up a decent score. She's happy to be slowly trying to get back into the playoff hunt. It's going to come down to a statistical elimination soon, but she's not out of it yet. So we'll see what next week brings and go from there. And of course, she caught Dawn without Kyler Murray. Not that Kyler Murray's been killing it lately, but with him sitting out too, she doesn't have one of her bigger scores. We hadn't been scoring much lately, but always threatening to score a bunch.
Well, and look what Matt Ryan did.
Matt Ryan did fine. 34, that's awesome. Yeah, no, that's what you'd like from your backup. Same with my mom backup, right? 27. I would have killed for either of those scores. They would have actually helped me, but I didn't get that from Tyrod.
I think the interesting tidbit out of that game was we saw the return of Christian McCaffrey. Not lighting it up, but at least he was back out there.
Steady.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've got the halfback Mustangs gets a win over Love, Hugs, and Ice Cream. 143 to 109.5. A little bit of dialogue in this game on the nowhere near the Matt and Pitt hate that was floating around the interwebs, which was great.
Sweet Jesus.
But Kev gets another win.
Yeah, nice job, Kev. He is the slow and steady wins the race for sure. Jonathan Taylor, boy, coming through. He is having a year in fantasy for sure. 38 points. That's just insane. Stafford with a super low day, but again, not enough to knock Clemens down. And unfortunately, Greg has a really tough day. Mostly based on Daniel Jones not doing well, Darrell Henderson having a slow day, Carlos Hyde.
The two running backs,
lots of real low. Jacoby Myers sounds like a law firm, 2 points. He did get some help with Devontae Smith, but that was his only bright star that day. A lot of down days on that weird week 9, but that's what happens. And again, it's who you play. And Clemens had a very good day. He's solid. He is a threat. He's the guy that we're not expecting that'll come in the playoffs and just start wrecking big people. Hopefully Jason. I'd like him to pick off Jason before I have to play him if I make it into the playoffs. That's what I would like. So please, Clemens. All right, let's move on to the meaty haunches.
Okay, meaty haunches gets a win. This is a closer game, 155 to 130. Takes down Todd. Todd, I was very glad to see Dak back in the lineup, but man, Herbert Another guy having a decent year. Good grief. Gets him 37.6. Another bright spot with Justin Jefferson. On the other side, Todd got 21.8 from Dak Prescott. And then Jalen Waddle Doodle with nearly 20. Maddie obviously doesn't like your 4 points out of Boston Scott. But
No,
other than that, I just
felt bad for him because he picked up Boston Scott as a fill-in, and Boston Scott had like 2 touchdowns a weekend before. Then thinking, hey, maybe, and then it just didn't occur. I mean, it just didn't happen this week for him. He may bounce back, and yeah, Herbert had a huge year last year, and he's been good, but he had a couple of stumbles here. So this is a nice return to form against Philadelphia in that game, and all those points from Dak were in garbage time, for crying out loud. They had those Cowboys beat down bad, and they let him back in for that garbage time. So the beneficiaries of the garbage time is always fantasy players. So congrats to Todd, at least for getting some points.
Something else interesting in this game. I've been trying to watch as we've been doing these, but both these players left a few points on the bench too. We had 21.8 with Kaheem Hine.
Oh yeah,
21.8, 13 for Russell Gage, Derek Carr, and whatever. And then on the other side, you got who is Pat
Freiermuth. That is our tight end who we picked this year. He was I think he might have been our 3rd overall pick.
Look at that.
Yeah, he had a big day on that Monday night. He caught 2 touchdown passes and a couple others here. So he picked him up, but didn't. He started the wrong guy. He should have had somebody. He should have moved David Montgomery up and put in Freiermuth as a second tight end other than Dan Arnold, who only got him 10. But yeah, no, but it's like anything in fantasy, right? It's not going to do it every week. And the other problem with the Steelers is, as much as Freiermuth is going to be the guy hopefully going forward, Eric Ebron had been out with an injury. That's why these last couple of weeks, Pat had some good games. I wonder if that's going to continue or not with Ebron back on the scene. And Ebron I love because he makes some good catches, but he taps so many others that I'm like, just let the rookie start and you be the backup now. But anyway, I'm certainly not the head coach of the Steelers.
It's not going to matter with the stinking cheating Steelers. Okay.
Exactly. Let's move on to the standings.
All right, standings. One of my favorite pieces of
Dawn and the losing.
So Dawn, amazingly, has proven to weather the storm, waiting for McCaffrey to get back. Hopefully your fate turns around. The number 1 team in Brockway has a losing record of 4-5. That just goes to show you, Kat, even though you lost again, you're at 3-6. You're still right there in playoffs, 1 game back.
So's Johnny.
We've got Springfield. So anybody's anybody's division over there. Let's move to Ogdenville. Hail Satan. Ugh. You got beat, but it didn't matter. You're still in first with 6-3. I'm just glad I was one of the 3. Todd is 1 game over Love Hugs and Ice Cream for the coveted second playoff spot in that division. And then, like I said, Greg 3-6. Down to North Haverbrook. Karen from Roseville, the cream of the league, still only 1 loss. He's got 8 wins. He has a pretty firm grasp on that division. Knock on wood, Jay. Followed closely by Terry, Gentlemen's Four Quarterlies, who's a team that's had a very hot, let's call it 2nd third of the season. So she's doing great. Then Braille Bombers gets another win. She's not out of it yet. She is at 3-6. Finally, Springfield, we've got the halfback Mustang.
Ooh, he jumped in front.
He jumped in first because I think points for something.
Maybe.
Basically, we're tied.
Yeah.
6-3. Look at our percentages of making playoffs. But this is a tough division.
But it's funny. Let me stop you with the percentages. So I was just looking at that and scratching my head on a couple things. I think this is ESPN's projected, so don't look at that and feel confident because ours goes straight off the division record. The percentage is the way ESPN would see them, which I think is also like overall record. That's why it shows Malibu Stacy's might make it, but like 5% and 2% for Springfield. When we know somebody else is going to go from there, it shouldn't be that percentage in playoffs. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do. Yeah.
So continue. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you with Springfield's breakdown of the best division ever.
100% that Kev and Kev make it to the playoffs. So,
he's calling it now. I hope you lose. I hope you fall into the 3rd spot for that last.
Well, if I get to play you again, I'll get in. And then we've got poor Joe bringing up the rear. Not out of it yet, though. 3-6. He's had some good games, but bad matchups. So hang in there, Joe.
Hang in there, Joseph. And let's move on to the fun, wild, wacky world of pickups. And let's talk about all those $0 pickups.
Why? Brown,
I put $1
unsuccessful.
in there.
Yeah, even I put a 7 in. All right, do you want to cover this?
Sure. Yeah, there was only really one paid for the claim that I beat out Todd and his TV casualties, which was Donovan Peoples-Jones, wide receiver.
But you didn't get him.
Yeah, I did. $1.
Oh, why does it say unsuccessful?
Oh, unsuccessful. Wait, what? Who got him? Oh,
I don't know.
Well, then it should be somewhere on there because here's all the listing. Oh, now I'm even more confused. I got this all. I'm. Oh, you know why? I know why. So sorry. Well, why didn't Todd get him? You know what? Todd must have had somebody ahead of him. I'm totally screwed up on this one. I saw those two things. I didn't even read the unsuccessful.
So he's still out there.
I know it's because I added Elijah Moore down there for $11. That's why I only had one spot and they were both going for it. But Todd and I both bid on that. But he must have had somebody else above his $0 Donovan Peoples-Jones that he did add as well. So that was all for now. So disregard the yellow people. That's Matt not reading.
He got a different reason. Maximum roster size would be exceeded. So either he didn't put in enough people to drop, or a guy came off of IR. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? So either way, there was no real battles. We all overpaid. We all could have put 0 for all these people and got whoever the heck we wanted. But we're happy with who we got. I see your wife got Jamal Agnew, Spiro's son, perhaps, and Eno Benjamin.
Yeah.
Tim Patrick from the Jason Bid in the Big Ten, which is big for him. Anything over a couple dollars for that guy, he wants somebody bad. And Ramon.
Still looking for a defense, huh?
Oh, who's that?
You put in for 2 of them.
I told you this. How many times have we gone over this? I change every week, man. I don't. It's like socks. I put on a different pair every week. I don't care.
Is it working?
Yeah, sometimes no. As long as they don't hurt me, I don't care.
So do you not have a starting defense?
No, I just change them out every week for the matchups. I do it based on a matchup.
But you're going to get the worst of 12.
Yeah, sometimes no. Depends on it. You know, I'm not too worried about a defense.
Should have worried this week.
Yeah, I should have. You're right. If I had a good one, maybe I would have. But look, didn't you have the Ravens defense, which was supposed to be a good defense, and they only got you like 2? So much for your stupid theory there. I'm going to stop sharing. That's 1 week.
Check the rest of my games, buddy.
Check the record. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. Now you can share me.
All right.
Get us to this week's match up. I can't wait for Clemens Burgers. Yummy, 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 tummy on son.
Okay, can you see this?
I can see how stupid you look. Let's see, recording. It just says, there we go. Now it's up. Perfect. So now what I need you to do, I'm going to move to the center. You need to scroll down slightly. Right there is perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah, Krusty. Oh, you got Todd.
I get to play Todd this week.
Yes.
I hope both of our trade guys go off and it's a battle tooth and nail. Again, if I've got to lose to anybody, I don't mind it being a Devlin. So we'll see what happens. They like Dak Prescott this week. They like Jalen Hurts.
Like a lot of your guys.
Going down to the bottom, though, they like me a little bit, it looks like, by about the tune of 18 points, give or take, 167 to 149. Let's see. Do we have any issues on here? I think I cleaned it up.
Yeah, it looks pretty clean.
I may switch out Noah Fant for the guy I picked up today.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how Jalen Hurts does against Denver, coming off that huge win against Dallas. Are they fired up? Do they try to stop Jalen? Can they stop Jalen? Meanwhile, Dak goes to Atlanta, who has been up and down. Maybe they thump on Atlanta and get a bunch of points there. It'll be fun to watch that one. Other than that, for Todd's team, we'll see if A.J. Brown comes to destroy and wreck lots of places. And then on your side, who else you got? Oh, Eckler. Let's see if he can do more than 10 this week. I expect he will. And Devontae Adams, there's questionable for Mr. Rogers' neighborhood to show up this week. He's not sure if he's going to be able to start or not against Seattle. So if he doesn't start, Devontae Adams' numbers might not be there, and you might need him. So,
well,
even
if he says he's playing on his Twitter, you really don't know what to believe.
Exactly. Maybe he'll ask Joe a little. Maybe he'll ask Joe Rogan if he can start. I'm not sure. Let's see if he says yes. And then you got Michael Pittman going against Jacksonville, who I would consider a lock, and he may be. Jacksonville stood up last week, so who the hell knows what's going to happen in week 10? Be a fun game. I'm calling it for Todd the Toe Stepper over you just because you beat me.
You know what's hysterical is Rogers doesn't take it because he claims something in it is, he's allergic to or some crap.
You don't even believe that. Look at you. You don't even believe that.
No. But here's what I find funny. So he's getting his advice is medical advice from Joe Rogan.
Excuse me, Dr. Rogan, you mean?
Dr. Rogan, and he has taken the ivermectin horseworm thing.
You know, there is a human application to it, right? It's not just for horses. You do understand that, right?
But
Tell me you at least understand that.
Hey, listen, my Republican friend, it's already been, doctors are saying, do not take that to treat COVID. No, it does not work.
People, I'm talking about a doctor that prescribes it for you. You do understand that does happen, right?
No, but what I'm telling you is doctors who are saying, do not take ivermectin for COVID.
So, but aren't there some that actually do prescribe it? Who are they telling?
I don't know of any who are prescribing it.
Exactly. You don't know jack, pals. Keep slurping that media junk that you get.
Okay.
Can we keep it off the politics and just keep moving?
Anti-vaxxer. Is John F. Kennedy still alive? I just want to know that.
Listen, he'll be here any minute. He's right next to the Kraken. They're undressing.
Apparently so. Exactly. All right. We've got Springfield United.
God, look at this. Look at the checks.
Yeah, I know.
Well, it is literally all on one side. Oh, it's Jason, of course, Mr. Cool. He's the Kool-Aid man breaking through the wall, you know, with "I'm here."
Well, and he's also going against Johnny, who's got more red letters than blue
doubtful,
letters.
questionable. Looking
so
good.
We've got Johnny. They think he's going to do about 126, which is close to his average. Jay's average is over 207. So they think he's going to do close to that with 189. Should be plenty. Look at the line on this game. 63.5.
I know, right?
Johnny,
insane.
You might want to hit the waiver. Has Johnny ever been on the waiver wire? Have you seen his name?
Well, he went out last week and grabbed somebody that Tajay Sharp, and he's definitely going to be looking to replace Mr. Murray tomorrow, I'm sure.
I see.
So we'll see where that goes. But yes, no, he has been. He's not as active as he has been. He's been busy. He's developing a new new cure for COVID that he's coming up with.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
I'm sure Aaron Rodgers will take it.
He's rolling some bones and lighting some incense. I think he's in the lab. Let's just say.
You should roll it out to Dr. Rogan and Aaron Rodgers.
Dr. Rogan and exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
So all right.
I'm really hoping that Johnny does the impossible and upsets old J-Bo here, simply because it would be funnier than any other line in this game. I don't see how Jason loses with who he's going up against, but who knows? Anything's possible on any given Sunday. Maybe Patrick Mahomes goes crazy and gets him 50, and the rest of them all come to play too. Maybe unvaccinated Cole Beasley gets him 30. We'll see. You know,
is Cole Beasley not vaccinated?
No, he's not. Did you know? I'm surprised you don't know that. They're all hating him on your side anyway. They all laugh at him. Oh, look at that idiot. He's so stupid.
Well, at least he didn't lie about it and said he was immunized.
Okay, how am I going to beat that dead horse?
I'm just bringing it up.
Speaking of horses, it's not topical. You're
Speaking of horses, ivermectin is heard to treat horseworms. So
really, I never heard that. This is the first time I'm hearing. You go to the next week, you big jerk. We spent all the time on this. Goodness.
We've hit a touchy topic here.
No, I'm just trying to focus on the games, man.
You're taking
us off
Malibu
topic.
Stacy's going against the Gentlemen's for quarterlies. We've got sister on sister-in-law. Or sorry, sister-in-law on sister-in-law. Wow, this they do like Terry's team, and I do have to say, as of late, she's really going off with these scoring averages. The line on this one is 21.7. I doubt she leaves Matt Ryan in, so there's still some maintenance that needs to take place here. It'll be interesting to see what changes. When she moves some of those other players and how it changes.
Yeah, for sure. Keenan Allen had a good week for her last week. They go up against Minnesota this week.
He's awesome.
Yeah, and will CMC get up and push over 20 into 30 range? Who knows? On the other side, you got Josh Allen. I don't think he's going to be as bad as he was that last week. I think he recovers against the Jets. Again, that's a divisional game. We'll see how he does against that. Hopefully well. Myles Gaskin's kind of the gadget guy. He's not going to be a ton of points for Cordell Patterson. That's the darling of the year. He should do well. Tyreek Hill going against Vegas. She's got two guys. And she's got two wide receivers out of Kansas City. I love that confidence. So we'll see. Again, it looks tilted towards Terry, but this one I think comes down to the wire. I think it's split by less than 5 points. So good luck to both ladies. I love you both. Moving on.
All right, next. Let's see here. We have the Wild Poopers going up against the Braille Bombers. Let's see. This is a big one. There must be something going on here. There is. The Wild Poopers needs a lot of maintenance. So we'll have to see what happens. It's too early to call this one.
She's got bye weeks, so those three are all bye. She'll fix all that, and it'll tighten up the race. And again, a lot of this is going to depend on if Russell Wilson does play or doesn't play.
Yeah, they got him on IR, but projected to get 21 and a half.
I know. They're still saying he's still saying he expects to return against for this game. James Conner, as much as he got 40 last week, I don't expect another 40 from him this week. And in fact, they're going to split some time with him to make sure they don't bang him up too much. In other news, Nick Chubb, the guy that got her so many last week, Cove, he's out this week. So that's why Darren Johnson's back in.
He's got COVID too?
Yeah, he got COVID too.
Is he vaccinated?
I don't know. That's a good question. I do not know, but
I
know he
guess.
has it. It's really nice, Kev.
I have a guess.
I'm sure you do. Chase Claypool's dealing with a toe injury. He may or may not play. We'll see what happens there. And as of now, she's got 2 tight ends starting. So we'll see if she goes with Darren Waller and Jared Cook, but they got the numbers going. On the other side, Ryan Tannehill, Titans are playing out of their minds right now. They're going against New Orleans. That should be fun. He also has Christy McNichols with Derrick Henry still in. Again, McNichols and my man AP only got I think they split just under 10 points each or whatever. So they haven't gone off. George Kittle, welcome back. He had a nice day for her. And again, she's got 2 tight ends too. She's got Hunter Henry and George Kittle. So let's see how that helps her. And we'll just see. I think this is going to be, again, they like my mom, but it's too early to tell. I'm obviously rooting for my mom. Sorry, Kat. I'm rooting for her. She's desperate for a playoff spot, and she needs it. She needs to win desperately. So go, mama. Next up,
we've.
Oh yes.
Okay,
Don't skip that, you jerk! You son of a.
Love Hugs and Ice Cream going against Meaty Haunches. Ooh, a sibling rivalry.
Brother on,
here.
yes.
Brother on fun. Brother. Let's see who they like. It appears to me that they like Meaty Haunches just a little bit over Love Hugs and Ice Cream. They've got Aaron Rodgers listed as both out and with projected points of 24. So who knows? Maybe the ivermectin kicks in and he's allowed to play. We shall see. But not bad averages on his players there. He's got quite a few. But they like Joe. Who do they really like over here? Oh, Herbert. They like Herbert, and they also like Gesicki. Wow,
Gesicki, Mike Gesicki. Yeah. He's a stud. Mike Gesicki's he's had a very good year in spite of the rotating quarterbacks between Tua or Jacoby Brissett or whoever they're starting in Miami these days. I think this is going to be another good one. I think this is close enough within the margin of error that either one of them could win. Now, if Rodgers is out, that may tilt things in Joe's favor for sure, because with Rodgers in, he could have a big day, especially with all this. I'm sure whenever he does get back to the field, he is going to want to prove a lot of people like, I'm going to get revenge and score a bunch of points. It's my guess.
Well,
I don't know.
It's kind of funny because I think there was you always wonder if the team's going to stand behind him. Then the following week, the team scores like 7 points without him. I'm pretty sure Green Bay is going to have his back.
Yeah, I think so. I think they're going to be very, very happy when he steps back on the field. But again, I think it's a big if. I think another wild card for Greg is the Bills defense. In the past, they've given him big points, but they play, again, the Jets, who, again, the hapless Jets sometimes, but they're kind of resurgent right now. They're playing a little bit better. And after Buffalo's beatdown, have they been shaken, or do they have some big beatdown here and they hold them to nothing? Who knows? That could help them out if Aaron Rodgers is out. So this one, again, I expect the same one as I did in another one. It comes down to maybe 5 points a spread on either of these guys, and I'll just give the tip into Joe because he needs a win way more than Love Hugs and Ice Cream right now. I know he's a cellar dweller as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, last game since you saved me for last, you big jerk.
Is there another game?
Is there another game? Oh, it's me and Clemens. Oh, I got to go to his house and eat his burgers and beat him. He's not gonna like that.
Wait for this one. Okay.
Yeah, salty affair.
Maddie coming off of a huge loss, going against another Kevin, doesn't bode well for you. Kevins are undefeated against you this season. You're going to go up against another one. ESPN thinks exactly what I think, that you're going to get beat and beat handily by 1.8 points.
Handily, you big jerk.
But you've got to be loving it. Tom Brady is back. He's projected to get over 30. I'm assuming he'll do that. It'll be interesting to see what Dalvin Cook shows up, what CeeDee
Mhm.
Lamb shows up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
which CeeDee Lamb exactly? Do I get the CeeDee Lamb's going to score me? And Mike Davis, who's been disappointing me all year, but I needed to put him in because my other guy is on a bye that I got to have some production from him. We'll see what he can do. On the other side, his team scares the heck out of me. Matt Stafford had a bad game last week. He should bounce back this week. And Jonathan Taylor, he'll have a big game, I'm sure. God, Aaron Jones, he's a murderer's row of people here that I don't even want to see.
Yeah.
But the one that scares me the most is if Russell Wilson gets on that field, Tyler Lockett is going to have a good day. He is his favorite target, and he's been very quiet without Russell at the helm. He comes back in. It's going to be a long day for Matty. It's going to be an uphill climb for sure.
Well, they like, on projections, they've got you guys close. I was mostly kidding. But when you look at averages, yeah, he's got a tough lineup. He's averaging just about, 178 per game.
Yeah.
That's not
that's nothing to sneeze at.
Yeah.
No. He's crushing it right now, and he's a sneaky team that you think, oh, it's not that bad, but then you look at all the people and what they've been doing, you're like, oh no, that's not that good at all. So that should be a fun matchup. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody up there at Casa de Clemens for the shindig. I don't know what everybody's bringing. I know he said, hey, bring some sides or beers or whatever, but no one said anything. So we're kind of going up there blind, but I'm sure it'll be a good fest of lots of meat, lots of man meat, as Michael, what was his name? Scott would say. What are you looking at?
Is that where the get together is this weekend? He's hosting it at his place.
At his place,
cool.
Yeah, at the ranch.
Nice.
Ranch, at his cattle ranch.
That's at his cattle ranch.
Convert that, get a couple of steers. We should just slaughter them. That'd be fun. So it should be lots of fun. Thank you, Clemens, for reaching out and doing that. That should be a good time. We'll get some good pics and maybe some video. Maybe we'll drop some in there. Maybe I'll do a little interview impromptu up there. And I'm looking forward to it. We're turning the corner into the fall season here, moving on to Thanksgiving is coming up, and that'll be Turkey Bowl. So we'll start talking about that. And then we got Christmas. So the holidays are just around the corner. I know you're already in the Christmas spirit. So, so could be a good week. Let's hope everybody sets their lineups. Johnny, I'm winking at you over here. And hope everybody has a good week. Have you got anything else for us before we close down this broadcast?
Do we? I don't think so.
Probably not.
Oh, wait, I do have something for Clemens.
Okay.
Extra onions, please. In the meat this time, not on top.
No, I find even one thing, I'm throwing that on the ground and kicking it across the yard. Kicking it. I'll kick it.
I can't. You must hate onions to kick out a bunch of meat surrounding it. You must really hate onions.
Exactly. I would kick it all the way. Forget it. No onions for this dog. I don't like onions.
Did you see how I told Greg how I was gonna lure you out of your house?
Yes, that was funny with the wings. I did like that, and it was simply because I didn't even want to look at my phone when I was watching the game. It was so stressful all the way to the end, and I'm glad I didn't.
You're on it every week, and then all of a sudden you're missing.
Not for the Steelers. Well, no, when it was just a Steelers game and there's nothing else on and I can focus on every play, that is the last thing I need to do is be on my phone. I need to be focused on the team and how I can help them from the couch, and which is yelling at them. And poor David, is still shocked by me getting so angry with him. He thinks he is very empathetic, and he doesn't like when Daddy's mad. And Daddy was mad a lot on Monday night, so that was not a fun night at all.
Of course he was.
Yeah. So anyway, it was I was happy for the win, but what an ugly win it was. So Kev, take us home, and we'll call it a day.
Stay classy, BONESTORM, and take your ivermectin.
Just without onions, please.